Yeah, I don't feel like waiting. I didn't even get in my apartment yet. Hold on. One 55. Nobody have time for that. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it a long stream, but oh, I gotta shut off. I gotta shut off my Bluetooth headphones. Miracle, I made it through the day. Yeah, I literally went live. I didn't. I kind of maybe expected to discuss a couple things the last stream, but I never would have expected how much twists and turns the last stream took. It's muffled. Hold up. Oh, okay. Is it better now? Sorry about that. Let me know if it improved. I don't want a muffled mic. Yeah, I don't know if I can stay on that long because probably gonna go to sleep. I slept like 2 hours. From the last stream. I went to work at 9:45 Eastern time, East Coast. Tiring. But yeah. Yeah. But I made it. Yeah, oh, I forgot to share the link. How am I upholding free speech if I'm not sharing the link? The hell am I doing? Hold on. Well, I gotta find my stream. It's like a game pinning the link on the stream. All right. I pinned it. All right, there we go. There we are. I really thought I was gonna come on and say story checks out, bro. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot to take in, honestly. Just the entire thing. I will say though, I want to kind of I kind of like to just make things that I know are already clear, clear. But when I kind of do what I do, or when we kind of do what we do, and like how we go about it, gather information. The intention isn't to really like tear anyone down or like want to fight or anything like that. I mean, it really isn't. It's kind of like it's kind of like sometimes it's necessary in the process, I guess. But it's kind of like everything that kind of has been done. It was out of genuine concern and good intentions. They really were. You know, and I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what I'm sticking to. Yeah. You want my social security number too? Yeah, well, yeah, the thumbnails. Panel King. I saw the thumbnail. Honestly, I it's really hard to not laugh like out loud at work when I see the thumbnails. Sometimes, like I laughed when I saw the wrestler one, where I was like, like the one where it said Ray can't save his boys from taking the L or something. And then that one, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like an unexpected thing. Um. Anyway, I don't know. My mind's kind of scrambled, honestly. But yeah, and it's kind of like if something doesn't make sense, and there's clear gaslighting. I mean, I will point it out, and pretty much 90% of the time, it won't be pretty when I do, when we do, and yeah, that's the situation. That's where we find ourselves. What gets me is Ed knew about the CP investigation. I don't believe he just found out. He came into this community. The catchers allowed him to help, all while he knew his background. He makes the Yeah, no, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I have one question. I don't know if you can answer it, but I strongly believe that the panel channel is the community. Can we just get a confirmation on that and just answer our burning questions? Is the panel channel the community? This is the main story MVCat needs to uncover. Is the panel channel the community? Yeah, but I'm doing this instead, so you're probably right though. Yes, so we got confirmation. We got confirmation. The panel channel is the community. The panel channel is the community. Breaking community news. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was kind of like either I thought like it was like another person who like really like reinvented the community like perfectly, but now that I know if it's the community, it's like it's even better because it's like you know I don't know. It's sentimental. I don't know. PJ got this whole shit going. Good job, Brian. We said that months ago, and I thought they confirmed then too. Oh, I don't know. I never knew it was. You never told us who was the community. Well, now we're getting to other territory in which I will resign from. But I don't know who it is, like a person or anything. But I had theories. But I just wanted that confirmation. I don't know. No. Mr. X, what? What? Wait, what? Okay, I don't even want to know the context. That's that is disturbing. not in a good way. Yeah, so I did pin the link. Yeah, so they're having a chill stream over there, so we have to offset that balance by having an unchill stream. So we have to cause a lot of havoc and chaos and destruction and drama here. So I'm just setting the tone. I have a serious question. I remember the Stingos catch you had with Cam, and you claimed the suspected Pred seen Cam. Oh, and you stormed up to yell at Cam. I remember that. Was that the only time we seen true VCAP? Yeah. I remember it kind of looked like like a brother like yelling at another brother, be like, I don't know. It was funny. It was yeah, I don't know. Because the thing is, like, the guy like gets sketched and he drives off, and I'm looking up in the window and Cam just like fucking right there, and I'm like, fucking serious? How much work I put in? And I hated that guy. That guy made me wait. That guy. No, I'm talking about the Predator now. I'm not talking about Cam. Cam's a good catcher. Talking about the Pred. Talking about a bad guy. Talking about a Pred. Okay. Yeah, and I did some shit too. I did mace myself. Well, actually, I didn't mace myself. For the record, I sprayed mace in a closed space, which is something you don't do. So, I was just a PSA of that. So I just showed you what not to do. So yeah. But yeah, that man, he was an 83-year-old predator, and he made me wait. He made me sit on the steps, and then I look up, and then it's just all gone. So we went to his house. But yeah, yeah, and it's kind of just like the process is like really slow there as far as like the legal process. Yeah, the predator was 83. Yeah, so I mean, of course, I was just I sacrificed myself for the education and betterment of the people, okay, for their self defense. So I taught you guys a valuable lesson: do not spray mace in a closed space, okay? Because I know there's some people that didn't know that, and they needed me to show them. Um, I've been thinking of doing like a like more self defense lessons, but I don't know. That's a good idea. I sprayed it like air freshener. I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. I just remember like just not thinking it would be a problem. I thought like if you spray it directly, or here's my thinking process. Just to again highlight what not to do. Like I sprayed it not at me. So when I breathed in the toxins, I didn't think anything bad would happen. So I mean, that was kind of thought through. I mean, yeah, that was a weird predator though. That was another one. That was a guy where like he creeped in like the hash slinging slasher. Um, you know, uh, and he thought they were two teenage girls, and he slowly creeps in like in the house, and then we hear him, and he came last minute. We made us wait for hours. We thought he was like, "There's no way this guy's coming, no way." And then he creeps in, and it was just the way he came in so late and how he wanted it to be. Like he wanted all the lights off. Like, what the fuck was this guy gonna do? You know, what is wrong with people? So yeah, at least he got maced, got bear spray. Yeah, I have before. Like my thing is, my thing is though like kind of from this forward is my only focus is like I just want to start from the basics and catch predators in my city, and I'm not gonna go at like any kind of pace. I don't care about who I'm working with. I'm gonna go alone on my catches. Um, and that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna bring the shit. That's kind of my plan. I kind of just want to like kind of have like a back to the basics approach. That's kind of what I want. Like I don't. My thing is I just like how I want to go into it is I kind of recuse myself from everything I could that like donors or anything and this and that and the third where I just kind of like want to just you know the sentimental value of catching predators in my city, and that's kind of just um you know that's what I want to. That's my vision, I guess. And I don't want to. I don't know. I don't even. I don't know. My thing is, I don't want to talk to the news or anything. I saw like predator catchers. They talk to the news. I don't like the news. I don't. I don't like them. Like they just because what they'll do is they'll just smear the predator catcher. Not that the news would want to talk to me, but like if like so I catch some like just kind of just by chance. I don't know. Whatever. Um, I just don't. They just kind of frame predator catchers as vigilantes. So, um, yeah, a year ago, a whole year, almost a year, long ass time. Um, yeah, but yeah, like, but it's kind of like I just kind of think that like the news, like local news, they actually set the catchers up where they'll kind of like pretend they want to hear from them, and then they'll post about it, right? And then it'll be like, oh, like this made the news or whatever. But then they'll just say like, well, law enforcement warns that this is bad and this is vigilantism and this and that, and like, like fuck off. I want to talk to them. Like I don't know. I just I just want to gather information and disseminate that information. And that's it. Um, and um, like whatever is the outcome is just gonna be the outcome. Yeah, I actually think I was exploring that, but I don't want to do that because I actually come to think of it, like I kind of thought like a 501(c)(3) would be something that would you would think would be like an uncorrupt organization, but if you think about it, its very basis is on the crux of donors, and it's kind of like it opens this huge door of like you owe. I don't know. I don't like the idea of that. I would rather make it so that it's journalism at the end of the day, and like any kind of funding that kind of goes back into it, it'll be done on a monetary basis, and where it's kind of like there, it's like there's no like conflict of interest or anything like that, and nothing to worry about like that because it's just a transaction. And that's how the news kind of operates, and that's how we should operate, and that's the way I think of it. Because it doesn't, we do need a way to sustain, but come to think of it, it's like a 501c3 is kind of the opposite of what I want to. Where my I was kind of just I got it wrong. Yeah. Put a one in the chat if you'd rather be in Ed's live. All right. Alex was saying it takes hours to search a phone normally. Edward is a new Tommy. Need a link. Oh, X Files. Do you think the age of consent is fine at 18, or do you think it should be higher? I mean, it's kind of tricky to make it higher, but I kind of feel like it should. It's a hard thing where it's like there's a good argument that your brain isn't fully developed at like age 24, but then again, and it's kind of like the way I think of an 18-year-old. That's like an adult with training wheels. That and like, and it's kind of like when you're 21, it's like then you're kind of have almost a full rate of being an adult. Then 25, that's actually kind of how it works. Is 25, there's enough, like you can rent a car, right? And you have the full rights as an adult, and it's kind of like at least 18. Like countries that go under 18, it's just like 16 makes no sense. Like you know, like imagine a 16-year-old and a 40-year-old. Like that's possibly not a pedophile, but that would be legal. That would be illegal. Like think about that. So in Massachusetts, that's the case. In my state, 16. I can't catch a 40-year-old going after a 16-year-old because it's illegal. Think about that. That's legal. I mean, yeah, that's probably the most sustainable thing. But yeah. Lucy has officially admitted he lived at the house and was paying rent instead of saying he lived in an apartment and just happened to be stopping by. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could have really, like, if he even had an honest explanation, like, he could have just said that explanation, but even that explanation, it still didn't make sense. Even with that. Because I really tried to think through every possibility, because, um, I mean, again, like I said, this would be something that I would not want to, like. I mean, it kind of sounds cliche, but it really would be something I would not want to be true. Like it's kind of like the more it even moves in that direction, the more it's like I don't know, like just I guess just I mean I don't know if there's a better word, but just disturbing. But none of my intentions or anything is to like drive people over the edge or anything, or like to win a fight or anything, but it's really to um you know be reasonable and to gather information and exercise genuine concern um, towards serious issues, and that's it. Um, there's no vendetta to get anyone. There really isn't. It's all based on what it is. Because if it was based on just getting someone, then you would be able to find out many times where it would have an inconsistency between, oh, I'm getting this person, but I'm not applying the same principle to that person. I mean, you know, if someone can check me on that, they can try, but um, I try to I don't know, I try to keep it objective. It's not I have no interest in wanting to get people. It's kind of more uh, you know, yeah. Oh, what's your stories in chat? The only side anyone should be on is the truth, and he clearly hasn't provided it. Yeah, Crystal Roach is making sense. Crystal Roach is based. Yeah. Yeah, he just had a birthday recently. So happy birthday, Chris. Like he used to do kind of like, and I guess he still does, but he did like interviews with catchers and even survivors and things like that, and he would kind of just talk to them for an hour, and they would actually be good podcasts. I'm not that good at describing things, but yeah. Shit, I'm a wreck. Yeah, I got exposed for my my fake Canadian status. Man, I got exposed. My name's not Ryan Couture. It's something. I have to think of an American name. What would my American name be? Ryan Couture is too Canadian of a name. Canadian of a name. I feel like I said that wrong. It's understandable. Pred thinks you are out to get him because that's what he does. It's his frame of reference. Yeah, and it's kind of just like it really isn't though. I mean, I'm sticking. I know we're kind of in the right, so I am gonna easily stick to my guns and everything. Like where I see the gaslighting and everything. But just kind of reiterating, this isn't a fucking game. Like I'm not playing a fucking game here. You know. Yeah. Oh, I think that's true. Um. Oh, 2:30 p.m. I could have saw a.m. and it spilled into 4 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. That's an inconsistency, I guess. Yeah, and some people mistook the case, the incident for the case. So they said, "Oh, the case was closed because it says the incident ended," but that's the incident of the raid. So it's not like the police go there and then they move in until the case ends. Like like the case isn't over. So by the way, we're just gonna move in and you know um set up some beds and coffee maker and you know uh, everything like that. And we're just gonna move in until the case closes. There's no other way to do it. How could you question us? That's how cases work, right? Um, wait, a mess that said that was John Robbins. Yeah, and he said something like, "You may not be saying he's guilty, but your actions say otherwise." Like, what does that even mean? Like, just I don't know. That's full of shit. If it wasn't for Ryan, the majority of the community would have swept this under the rug again. People trying to discredit Ryan is their best defense. Did you see Ghost catch Chucky? Yes, I saw that catch. The news and that's the thing. Some people were saying like, "Oh, it's just Chucky or whatever." Number one, I don't give a fuck about celebrities, but like, I do know about the movie Chucky, and that was a person behind it. I guess I didn't know that was a person behind it, but I would. I mean, it kind of gives it like a eerie twist where it's like he already was playing like a creepy doll, and he was a pedo. So it's like it gives what he's famous for a creepy twist. So it's like I think it is a shotgun catch. I think it's a good catch. I know this is off topic, but did you see the study I sent on brain development? No. I think you said there was some comment that may have got deleted. I don't know how that happened, but um, but yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, and I always want to give credit to where it's due. Predator Gadget Drama did like a lot of uncovering work, and also that was Great Grandma Unsolved also. And some people thought that was me, and I was like, and I felt bad because like they were doing great work, and I just didn't want to take credit for it, you know. Like I didn't take it as like the insult that it was meant to be, I guess, because it was like, oh, you're Great Grandma Unsolved. I'm like, but if I was, I question Great Grandma as me though. You know, I'm not anonymous, but they actually did a lot of good work. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to take credit for anything they've done. What do you think Sam's next move will be? I pity Sam. I don't know. I don't think he'll come in hot. Honestly, at this point, almost like I pity Sam. Like it's that bad. Like he needed like a like the support group kind of after, and yeah, I kind of saw what I saw. $17 background check. Sam went from paneling every day in defense of Ed. Oh, I gotta take immense. Sam went from paneling every day in defense of Ed to disappearing and only showing every now and then. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't really one moment. Yeah, I'm good. What charge for less than a gram of speed takes 3 years to come to conclusion? Yeah. And I feel like if anything, a meth case would be very cut and dry because it's like you either have it or you don't. And why would they look for your devices for meth? I don't know. I don't think I have meth in my phone. Can anyone download meth? Has anyone ever done that before? I don't know. Oh, they have enough to test if it was a little bit of a bull. Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I mean, if it, like, again, I want to kind of be clear about this. If it was my way, all drugs would be illegal. I don't know if I said that before, but I don't believe that that's a crime. Like, any drug crimes are not crimes. Legalize, tax, and regulate. Like, I have no issue with any, like, it's a drug war. I've nothing against like someone altering their consciousness. But it's like obviously the only elephant in the room is really the CP situation, but it's like kind of what I did notice is he did kind of deny, like, to the credibility part of it, even though, like, I really genuinely feel gross even talking about it because I don't have a problem with, like, if someone wants to do meth, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. Like, I will tell you that. I don't have a problem with it. But I did kind of notice, if you notice, that there is an inconsistency with him saying that what he was doing and what he said he was doing. But again, I mean, I don't see that as, like, someone wants to do meth, do meth. I mean, alcohol kills 10% of adults. Like, there's no, like, in my opinion, alcohol is the most dangerous drug. Like, you know, um, Edward's mother would be a suspect if everyone in the house was guilty. That's true. Yeah. And that's kind of weird. It's like I get the sentiment of, like, oh, they're not going to go after a mother, but, like, no, even the possibility that she would cover for their sons and, like, maybe some protectiveness or whatever, like anything, they would have to do it. Like, there's no chivalry or whatever for that. Like, do you think if like that, like that's, I don't know, that's not a strong enough argument that they just said, oh, she's a 7-year-old mom, so nah, we're not gonna make her a suspect. Like, that's not gonna be the basis. I mean, if there is a reason, that's not gonna be the reason. Like, we're in the adult world. I mean, come on. That's just not how it works. I mean, you know, um, it's like, if there's a basis that the person may have broke the law, it's gonna be a matter of that. It's gonna be a matter of what would warrant a warrant. No pun, but a pun. I mean, we've got 7-year-old men, so yeah. I mean, it's like there's no like what like that is a it's a very weak argument to say like, oh, they're just not gonna go after the 70-year-old woman because it's a 7-year-old woman. Like, that's just not how it works. That's not how it works. I do not believe that that's the reason. Like, maybe there could be a reason, but that's not the reason. No way. If there is a reason, that's not the reason. And if it is five, is it 5 counts? I don't know. Well, actually, I think counts would pertain to a charge, which again, I'm stressing he has not been charged. Um, Ryan called Clovis a gatekeeper last night. It was dead. Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like when I really made it about when I really made it about like when I pressed her on the issue of, given these documents and what they say, are you concerned? And then it just went to Tommy and this and that and deflection. It's kind of like maybe there is like legitimacy of maybe some of those other issues, but it's like, no, that we're not going to vote this. That's not the question. It admitted his brother was investigated for 5 CP counts. I don't know. I mean, just honestly, like, this could have all been avoided if he could have confided into maybe like just like 1 or 2 people or whatever and just kind of cleared it up. Um, you know, like if it's just his brother, because it was asked. I just can't believe a word out of his mouth ever again. Yeah, it's a credibility issue, and it's kind of like now you. It's like that's kind of why it really is true when you just kind of got to come clean in the beginning, because then, in the end, after you ruin your credibility, it's like then people don't know when you're telling the truth when you are, if you are. Ed leached into this community and these catchers for a reason. No catcher would have worked with Ed if they knew his name was listed in CP in any way, guilty or not, and that's facts. Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, it really is. It's like, being even a suspect of that, it puts you off the mark for catching predators. Like because like, how are we gonna be asked to look the other way when the very thing that we do is the most proactive, direct way to get a predator off the street? By like basically gathering information and then confronting them when they're about to really meet the actual kid. Like, it's the most proactive thing, and then we just look the other way when it's way worse. I mean, that's not a reasonable expectation. Like, even if I was Ed, like, I would be I don't know how Ed isn't questioning himself, being like, well, I guess it wasn't really reasonable for me to think that people are just gonna look the other way, and I could just blame them for even questioning me. I mean, any like that's not reasonable. Maybe I would figure out what to do if it wasn't me, if it was like someone else or whatever, but that's not reasonable. Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing where I wasn't really sure about when they mentioned locksmith, because I thought locksmith was like kind of just. I thought locksmith was kind of just a locksmith, and then he just got into the community, this community. I didn't know he was in. I think they mentioned him like he was in another community. I don't know. Yeah, okay, I did hear that, and when I heard that, I had a little bit of disbelief. I was like, yeah, and I heard some other things that I was surprised by. Can someone make sense of how he could be looking at 2 years in prison for less than a gram of ice? Well, I know that child porn possession is 5 years minimum per count. Per charge. I think they do offer plea deals in that situation, and it's actually only because there's basically like a good amount of work that needs to be done to investigate and take the person to trial and resources. So it kind of is like I don't know the. Oh, my phone just fell. Hold on. I don't know if like exploring the ethics about it, but the reason for a plea is kind of like when you're first accused of it, if you're accused of any charge, it's kind of like, okay, so are we gonna put up all these resources to go to trial and this and that and all that, or if you just admit you're guilty now, we'll come to an agreement of what you're gonna serve. That's I mean that's just I'm just saying that's how it works, but charges plus time don't add up. Coming from a person with a felony controlled substance conviction in Texas. I started watching in February, March 2020. There was no fucking Locksmith or Ed or Sabby. Yeah, I remember that's when I remember I kind of I watched like when I was first person I watched was actually Anxiety War, was like if it was like Predator Catchers, but I first started watching Alex like in 2020. I remember it was COVID, when COVID was going on, the old Walmart catches. But that was kind of when it was just like catchers and there wasn't like much interaction. Yeah, I don't think there was like a what you would call a community unless I just wasn't in it or didn't know of it. Either yeah, listen to Ryan's panel from last night. Yeah, and I'm keeping everything up. We don't private shit. Oh yeah, I have a volume booster. Oh, here's something to do. I'm gonna plug something that's not mine. It's not my app. I'm gonna help you guys out. So obviously you can watch the Fireside from uh last night, but it's an app called Volume Booster. It's literally called Volume Booster. And if you watch the Fireside in that call and you put it on Volume Booster, it'll boost the audio for you. So you'll actually be able to hear the audio without it being edited. But the editing just to boost the audio is like really that's an easy fix too. But there's kind of just ways around it even now. So you can literally just download that app and then just watch the Fireside, and you'll be able to hear it. It is probably the reason all catching communities was kicked off Discord. And Cloves have been infiltrating communities for a long time. Stir crap up. Oh, Bundy truckers, Vegas. I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe there's like a community surrounding one specific event, though, where it's like here it's like a generic concept, like predators, child predators, catching predators, but it's not like of one event. I don't know. And again, I can answer a lot of these questions if you have about Clovis and Edward. Him and Clovis been trying to silence and set me up for years. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Ed found the perfect feeding ground in this community, and when he got good with all the catchers, with little... Oh, it's my fake Canadian accent when I say catchers. 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 That's an American accent. With little effort and not betting on the catcher's part, made himself home. He never thought anyone. People need to catch on Reddit. I was talking to a guy who admitted to... What the fuck? Were there even panels when the original Florida trip happened? When Blondjava keyed BB Mass's rental car? Coach. I do. I actually... Wait, it's Coach. It's so weird because it's like I feel like my brain is saying couch, but it does come out coach. It's the same thing with the boat. I don't know. I never would have knew. Yeah, it kind of looked like a rap album cover, didn't it? That's kind of what it reminded me of. Explain the Canadian accent, Ryan. Answer the question. Um, so it's kind of like an argument against windmills because a windmill hit the stork that I came in on, and my stork got confused and it went to the wrong place. So yeah, that's my explanation. That's why I got to lobby against windmills. Um, yeah, one sec. Actually, I'm gonna kind of end it off right now, but I'll yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do later, but um, yeah, just wanted to make a protest stream.